How's it going, guys? Before I get into this video of me ordering my lease purchase truck, I wanted to take a minute and thank everybody that watched and commented on my last video of me turning in my lease truck, my standard lease. You know, the truck that I got brand new, fresh off of training, all by myself. I made so many memories in or on or with that truck. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit emotional as I was clearing it out. You know, it was mixed feelings because I'm getting another truck. But some people got hurt on that video, claiming that it was fake emotions or fake emotional distress. And I wanted to address that because it seems to me that some people are still oblivious to the fact that I love trolling the haters. I have a history of doing this, and if you have somehow missed it, this is your fair warning going forward. I actually urge you to go back and watch that video again through the eyes of a hater. I'm not trying to get more views out of it whatsoever, just so you can understand. And if after all that you're still upset, then I have to give credit where credit's due. And all the responsibility or all the credit goes to Jim C. He came up with that idea. So if you're upset, you can always let him know in the comments of his video. Thank you for watching. There's just something about that first sip. How's it going, guys? Good morning. It's the Peruvian Trucker back with another video. Today is Friday, May 24th. It is 6:35 in the morning. I'm hoping the camera will pick that up. And today is the day. I am incredibly excited, a little bit anxious. I've been pushing this off for 2 years, and I've regretted it multiple times. I know why I pushed this decision. There was a fair bit of uncertainty that kept me from taking this risk, from jumping head first. It was warranted, and of course, looking back, knowing today what I didn't know back then, I wish I would have taken this decision 2 years ago, but I didn't. I didn't because back then I assessed the risk and my lack of experience or some uncertainty that was coming in the future and decided to wait. And because of that, I've wasted countless thousands of dollars and I've fallen behind. What I mean by that is, well, first of all, you read the title. Today I'm ordering my lease purchase truck. And I've always been of the mindset that from the moment that you're able to order your lease purchase truck, and you don't, every single day, every single week after that, you're literally burning your money. Every single week that you are not paying for something that you're going to own, you're renting something, you're throwing your money away. Now, objectively that is true, but I also respect that people have priorities, people have their own things going on in life, even me, and that has a value that is for each individual to put to their own personal thing. In my case, that uncertainty, that lack of experience, fear, if you want to call it that, was important or valuable enough for me to continue to pay for a lease. You may think that's not right, that I still should have bought a truck. I agree now that I know what I didn't know back then, but in that moment, I wasn't willing or ready to take that risk. But I am today. Like I mentioned, today is May 24th. So to provide some context, I am $500 in the hole right now. Again, it's May 24th. So for the entire month of April, from April 1st to April 30th, I was home. I didn't make a single dollar. I came back on the road to a bad market with $5,000 in the hole. I am, as I said today, Friday, in the hole still. But that doesn't mean that I am on the hole, really. That's just on paper, that's on Prime's end. I manage my money, and I have money on my account that allows me to take this and make this investment. Also, it is hard to describe how hard it is going to be, or it is right now, to not share this news with everybody. I'm recording this video today, but I have no intention of releasing it until after I have my truck. I want to surprise everybody. I want to surprise my family. I want to surprise everybody on YouTube. There's only a handful of people, less than a handful of people, that I'm discussing this with. Some have been supportive. No, everybody has been supportive, but one person is messing with me. He's supporting me, but he's also like, don't do it. And I'm not gonna tell him this, but that kind of gets in my head sometimes. But I'm committed, I'm determined, and the reason why I'm determined to do this is because I've regretted it 2 times before that I didn't do it. I was ready to order my lease purchase truck the first time on November of 2022. I actually made a video about it, and the reason why I didn't do it then is because I had just gotten my CDL in February of 2022. I went through TNT. I had only been like 4 or 5 months on my lease truck, the truck that I'm on right now. And back then I was like, maybe I should go through my first winter, so my first solo winter, before I make this investment. Like, make sure that I can actually drive through or make it through winter unscathed before I dump all this money on the truck that I'm going to own. So I did that. I made it through winter just fine. Waited a couple more months because I decided to do that. I repurposed the funds that I had back then to lower some of my debt. I didn't clear it. So I started saving back again. We made it to June of 2023. My truck got backed into. I took that opportunity to I went to Springfield to get the truck repaired. And while the truck was getting repaired, I took that opportunity to go to the yard, go over the trucks that were available, look at some of the options that some trucks had, decide between Peterbilt and Freightliner. Well, I was always a Freightliner guy, but I was considering Peterbilt a little bit. Figure out exactly which color I wanted based on finally looking at how the colors look on the trucks that were available on the yard. And I actually went to Success Leasing again, had a conversation with them, and I was ready to order my truck, but then they dropped the bombshell of the cameras. I've mentioned that in the video. Probably finally announced that, and back then that brought a lot of uncertainty. I didn't know what impact that could have on my investment on a lease purchase truck, because not all of the information was available, and there wasn't enough information for me to be comfortable making that decision. Now I know. Had I known then what I know now, I would be a year ahead. Had I known then in November of 2022 what I know now, I would have been a year and a half ahead at the 18-month mark. I could buy my truck right now if I wanted to. I'm not saying that I would do that because I'm comfortable with with the weekly amount, but that would be an option. But I digress. Sorry, I'm very emotional right now, guys. I really apologize. We're going to get to the truck order in a minute. The other reason why it is hard to not share this right now in YouTube for one, there's people that follow my journey, and I would love to share that with them. I'm pretty confident that some of the people are going to be happy for me. Also, if I were to share this in the context of the bad market, that could be a sign of positivity. That could show people that it can be done even under the current market. I understand everybody has their own situation, but and I don't expect them to be in the same situation that I am, but there's a lot of people that could make some adjustments, make some sacrifices, change your lifestyle a little bit to allow for this to happen sooner than you think, or it's up to everybody, to each individual to do that. So with that being said, with all that into account, I just wanted to bring some context on what's going on right now, and how I feel going into this. There is still a little bit of uncertainty. It's just that, I regretted not making this decision in the past. And while there's still uncertainty with the cameras, I don't have the camera system in my truck. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. I've done my research. I've talked to some people that have it. And as I mentioned in my camera video, I'm determined to make it work. And why I'm determined to make it work? Because I'm making this investment. And I'm not going into it with the intention to fail. I'm determined to make it work. But if it doesn't work out, so be it. I'd rather spend the $15,000, $17,000 and shoot for it than just continue to stay on this lease truck, burning money, never knowing if I could have made it if I didn't try. If I could have made it for not having tried. And anything can change tomorrow. I don't know what may happen tomorrow. I don't know what may happen in 6 months. It's a 3-year commitment. Anything can happen in 3 years. If anything can happen tomorrow, imagine every single day for 3 years. I'm not going to let that bother me. And we're going to hope for the best. We're going to trust in God. Trust. I struggle every day to be worthy of the blessings that I've received to this point, and I'm hopeful. I have faith and I am hopeful. Again, sorry for the long intro. Let's get to ordering the truck finally. I'm very excited, guys. Okay guys, let's get to it. I'm very excited. I'm going to blur out some of the information, of course, some of my personal information. Now, I am setting the date as far as I can in the month of September, and that's because I have some personal commitments in June and July. Keep in mind, I'm going to road trip the car that I just bought and I left in Salt Lake. I'm going to road trip it back with my family to Florida in July for 3 weeks. I have some medical stuff that I got to attend to, and then some recovery that comes with it. So I have to take the time off whether I want to go on the road trip or not. So might as well do that. And by picking up the date that I am picking, I'm confident it will allow me to build my savings back up so I'm more comfortable with jumping into this. So that is September 30th. That's the date. Okay, so there's a couple of disclaimers. All trucks operating under Prime Inc. agreement will have Netterdine inward facing camera. We know that. Sign. Truck could have miles due to transport at the time of delivery. The price doesn't change based on miles on the truck due to transportation. That's fine. This truck came with 21 or 24 miles on the clock. No biggie. Operators have 2 weeks to pick up the truck when they get the phone call from Success that truck is at our location, or truck could be subject to additional fees and or forfeiture of truck and deposit. I understand that. I plan to pick it up as soon as I have it available. And let's go to choose truck. Okay, truck information. Select manufacturer. Of course, we're going to go Freightliner. There's no questioning that. Reefer. Springfield. Phone or email? Phone is fine. Are you planning on doing lease purchase? Absolutely. Lease purchase payment is $14,000 down. A non-refundable deposit of $5,000 is due when ordering the truck, and the remainder of the down payment is due at the time of pickup. This is not an additional charge, but a non-refundable deposit to be taken off the total down payment. I knew that. $5,000 non-refundable deposit at the time of ordering, yes. Purchase option only available after 18 months into lease, yes. Disclaimer, forgiven lease payments will not be transferred to lease purchase, and you will not continue to earn forgiven lease payments with lease purchase of truck. Okay, this is actually a good thing to discuss. Yes, I burned a lot of money by staying on this lease, the one that I'm on right now, instead of ordering this truck. But at least there is a very, very thin silver lining, which is that for every year that I'm on this truck, I get $1,000 knocked off the price, meaning that by September, when the truck is delivered, I will get $2,000 towards the down payment of the truck that I'm buying, and at my 2-year mark on this truck, I will get 1 forgiven lease week. So I still know when I'm gonna use that, because I'm ready to cover all my expenses when I go home. I might use it actually the week that I pick up the truck, whenever that happens. Let's see. Forgiven lease payments will not be transferred to lease purchase, and you will not continue to earn forgiven lease payments with a lease purchase truck. I understand that. I'm going to use the forgiven lease payment when I pick up this truck, actually. Or maybe the week before. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Choose options. Now this, it's not going to be hard now because I've been through the options list like 100 times. And I'm trying to be as objective as I can. Oh, there was a problem. Oh, I didn't. Okay, condo. Of course, I'm going to get a condo. Okay, so let's go through the options. First is the colors. If you watched my videos trying to order the truck about 2 years ago, I don't expect you to or to remember. But I was on the fence between blue and green. I really like the blue, and I already have a green truck, so I was more inclined to get a blue. And I actually got the truck numbers of a couple blue trucks to figure out which is the blue that I wanted. But how do I say this? I have a green truck. My wagon is green, and I just recently bought a 7 Series that is green as well. So I think green is my color. I didn't know this until recently, but I really love green. And that is the color that I'm choosing. especially with one of the options that I'm going to pick. We're going to get to it eventually. It's going to look really good. Okay, so add-on options. The driver loft option with seats and Murphy bed includes premium lighting and dual baggage doors. So it is a really cool option, but around September 2023, I went to Pedigree to look into buying a used truck, and they had a truck with the condo option, and I tested it out. I looked at it. I looked into how I would adjust the things that I have in my truck with the bed, and it is nice to be able to lift the bed, kind of practical, but the way I have my TV mounted by the window wouldn't be an option. You would have to have like a swivel mount to get the TV out of the way, because the bed stretches really close to the window, to the edges of the truck. So that really wouldn't work for me. Also, it's $3,500, which is a big amount of money, before even considering other options. So I'm going to pass on that. Sleep apnea, I don't need that. Remove cup thermos holder. That is the cup thermos holder that's on the floor. On my first couple weeks in this truck, I kicked that thing so many times, and I cursed at it so many times. But by now, I already know it's there. It's actually useful because you can hold. It's an extra space to hold the bottle, and it's not an issue. So we're gonna keep it. Carpet and sleeper, absolutely. Premium sound insulation, absolutely. You probably can't hear it because I have this microphone, but the reefer is running right now, and it's not incredibly loud right now. This is a 2025 trailer, so it's actually quiet or less loud. But some of the other reefers and other truck engines are louder, so definitely premium sound insulation. Premium lighting, in cab and sleeper, yes. Digital dash. So I've talked about this in the past. The digital dash is really cool, but the way I looked at, I mean, I'm trying to make this truck as comfortable as I want, because it's also going to be my home for a little bit, if not for a lot of time. I don't plan on ever selling that truck after I own it. Even if I leave the trucking business, I would still like to have my truck that I ordered. I'm not saying that that's going to actually happen. Who knows what's going to happen in 5, 6, 7 years, but that is the intention. That is the goal. And something like a digital dash is not something that I know for certain it's going to last or stand the test of time. Analog gauges is something that's been around for 50 years, 60 years, and it's proven technology, reliable technology. So I'm going with that. I'm not going with the digital dash, as cool as it looks. 3 extra rocker switches in dash and wiring routed to the back of the cab. I've gone back and forth on that one. I can't think of anything that I would install or wire to the back of the cab. I'm going to have the truck for the longest time, and I really don't know if I may want to add something in the future. Maybe like a brighter light. I don't think I would. But it's nice to just have that wired in. That way, if I ever want to install something, like I don't have to run wires across the truck. It's going to be done. It's actually going to cost a lot more to do that if I want to do it myself or want to pay someone to do it in the future. So I'm going to take that option. Uniden PC78 LTX factory installed CB radio. Finally, yes. Now, so no cloth seats, no leather seats. Now, steering wheel. leather wrapped. That also sounds nice, but the steering wheel on this truck is perfectly fine. It hasn't worn on 200,000 miles. I know that if I have a leather wrapped steering wheel, that's going to wear down just from me holding it. Then there's also oils in the hand that deteriorate the leather, so we're going to pass on that. Premium driver's seat upgrade. Level 2, well, passenger seat upgrade, level 2, level 3. Those sound nice, having heated seats or lumbar support. And maybe the lumbar support is something that would be good long term. But something like heated and ventilated seats, it's really not a big deal. You know, I have AC in the truck. I've lived with this truck for 200,000 miles, almost 2 years, and I haven't needed that. So it's really not an option worth looking into for me. Plus, I have a seat cover, so ventilated seats wouldn't do anything. And heated seats wouldn't work either because I have the purple cushion on the seat bottom. So it really makes no sense to me. Seat suspension covers. Now that also sounds nice because sometimes, maybe once or twice, things have fallen down there and it's been hard to find, but not worth $125 to me. Then premium up interior. There we go. Saddle 10 comes with Saddle 10 Elite trim. Yes, I love that. I want that. Actually, the first truck that I looked into when I was going to go lease that I declined had that interior. That's the only reason I know of that interior. And it's really nice. Add passenger side, driver's side. No, okay. So add passenger side door, like the saddle door, I guess, if that's what it's called. I was determined to get that option, but I've thought about it, and I really don't need access to that side, to the passenger side of compartment. I barely use it, and when I do, it's annoying to lift the mattress up, but it saves me $142. Plus, I'm really not going to be loading stuff on that side. The stuff that's on that side is the stuff that, it's like the storage, like long-term storage, man. It's like it's like where I'll save like my winter clothes or my pots, stuff that I don't usually use. So I really don't need to be accessing it constantly. And even if I do, it's probably going to be for use inside the truck, and it's not stuff that I'm constantly taking out and like out of the truck or bringing into the truck. So I really don't need to have a door on that side. Sleeper access door, driver's side, sleeper access door, passenger side. I've looked into those. They don't really interest me. I see the benefit for other people. It doesn't really benefit me. I have my door on this side, like the one for under the mattress, and that's where I throw my bottles, my water bottles. Everything else, I just bring through the inside of the truck, through the front door. Sorry. Detroit fuel water separator with bypass and 12-volt preheater. I've thought about this. How do I explain this? It is my opinion that adds another leak point for the system. This works. It's a fuel water separator with bypass, so let's take it. Hey guys, so I'm editing the video and it turns out that I lost some of the footage, which means that This is as far as the truck ordering process will go. So here's a list of the options that I ended up picking out for the truck. After I submitted my order, I got a call from Success Leasing. I had to pay the $5,000 non-refundable security deposit to secure my order. The $4,500 in options got deferred and charged to my settlement over the 10 weeks following the date of my order. This leaves a remaining balance of $7,000, which I will have to pay when my truck is ready to get picked up.
2,000 years later.
Well guys, so today, it's not the day that I'm picking up my lease purchase truck. It is Sunday and Success Leasing is closed. But tomorrow, or really in a couple of days for you guys, will be the day. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good week. Bye. Yesterday, July 1st, was 6 months to the date from me quitting my job to become a truck driver. So I really thought it was important to make a video, even if it's a short update. And yeah, so 6 months ago I quit my job at Porsche, and I decided to I had decided to become a truck driver before that. I mentioned that on my first video. It was a long process leading to me quitting my job, but before me doing that, Porsche was like the dream, you know. I'm gonna make a video talking about like how I got into trucking more in detail, but before this, you know, I was a service technician. I worked for BMW for a while, and I loved that job, and I always, like, the reason why I became a mechanic was because I wanted to work for Porsche, and I got there, you know, and it was just not what I expected at all. It was really heartbreaking, honestly. And I mean, trucking's been great. I can't stress this enough. I can't express, like, I mean, it's hard to put into words or into it's hard to translate or transfer to a video how happy I've been the last 6 months. From the day, I mean,